Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to reveal and talk about what you guys voted as the best company for hunting bullets. I polled yesterday asking which company makes the best hunting bullets. You guys responded, and honestly, I'm actually a little shocked at what came in at number one. So we are going to go over the top three companies that have the best hunting bullets voted by you. And in the end, I'm going to share my three favorite companies. Let's get into it. Now, before we go into the top three that you voted, I want to talk about some honorable mentions and be upfront with you. The YouTube poll I did yesterday, unfortunately, only lets me put 4 options. If we had 5 or 6 or 7 options, I think this company, Sierra, might have been in the top 3. I had those 4 options. If you didn't want to vote for those, I just said leave a comment. And by far, the company that got the most comments below was Sierra. Sierra is a proven winner for just accurate bullets. You know, there's a saying with the .308 Winchester, if it doesn't shoot the 175 Match King, get rid of the gun in .308. And then I'm sure you guys have heard, but Sierra and Barnes are sister companies. Sierra bought Barnes, and one of their popular hunting options from Barnes is this tipped Game King. This is the 7 PRC with a 180 tipped Game King. You know, Sierra has its loyal fans, and they just make accurate bullets that work. So, honorable mention to Sierra. Now I'm going to do one more honorable mention. Hopefully you guys can see this. This is Norma, and it's probably one of my favorite bonded bullets. But Norma has a home run with the Bond Strike. There was quite a few comments mentioning the Norma Bond Strike. It's a very high BC bonded bullet that personally I think is a little more accurate than your typical bonded bullets. So it kind of makes Norma a little special. Now, I don't think Norma gets as much love here in America because we just don't have as much access to the Bond Strike. So
it's not a bad group.
It's an honorable mention for me. Coming in at number 3, what you voted. Now, when I stopped this poll, there was 1,500 votes, and there were about 280 votes for Federal. Most of the time, Federal is loading other companies' bullets, and Federal just does a fantastic job at loading all bullets. But there are a few bullets they have that are quite good and that people really like. For example, this 7mm Backcountry is loaded with their new tipped Fusion bullet. And then the other bullet that I would say a lot of people love is their just typical Fusion bullet. That one is a soft point bonded bullet, so it's not tipped. People love it and talk about how accurate it is and just how reliable it is. And then if I were to say the one bullet that is Federal's baby, that Federal just is so proud of, it's the Terminal Ascent. And honestly, I do think they have a home run of a bullet. The Terminal Ascent, I think, is very, very good. And if your gun likes it, it honestly has an argument to being one of the best hunting bullets ever made. Now, lucky for me, my .300 Weatherby does like it. And
maybe
for my
left
elk
edge
hunt that's coming up, I am planning to use these bullets, which is just a 200 grain Terminal Ascent at 3,100 feet per second. Really excited to try this out on an elk. But yeah, overall, Federal makes very good hunting bullets. Coming in at number 2, and honestly, it kind of shocked me that this one didn't take first place. It came in with 35% of the votes, which was about 525 votes. We have Nosler. Now, when I think of Nosler, I think of just pure hunting bullets. And honestly, there's one bullet that comes to mind, a classic bullet that all other bullets were measured by, at least for a long time, and that is the Nosler Partition. It's not as popular as it once was, but all of the older gentlemen will swear by this bullet, that it is one of the best hunting bullets ever made. And honestly, I try to listen to my elders, and I agree. I think the Nosler Partition is an incredible bullet. But due to it not being match accurate and it doesn't have a high BC, it's just not popular today. Now, one of my personal favorites, honestly, I'll go over the list, but one of my personal favorites is the Nosler AccuBond. It's just a really good blend of being a tough bullet that's going to penetrate far. It is quite a bit more accurate than a Partition. All around, it's really easy to get. You know, there are AccuBonds in every caliber. I think the AccuBond is just a very solid big game bullet. And of course, I don't want to forget the very strong following, and it's just a solid choice for a cup and core bullet, the Nosler Ballistic Tip. People absolutely love this bullet, and I can kind of see why. It's just a darn good performing bullet. It's going to have the same BCs as the AccuBond. It's just not bonded. And lastly, what I've always said is this bullet on paper, this bullet potentially could be the best hunting bullet ever made. The only downside is, will your gun like it? And I've found most guns don't like it. But if you are one of the lucky ones that can get an AccuBond long range to shoot well, again, this is probably one of the best bullets ever made. Coming in at number 1, this honestly shocked me because I for sure thought Nosler was going to win just because of its huge fan base and all of the bullet offerings they offered. This company is really good, so it's not like I'm scratching my head like, how in the world did this win? Like, I really like this company. They make great bullets, and they are very good big game hunting bullets. But it still kind of shocked me. We have Barnes as number 1, which these guys are local to me. I'm only like 30 miles away. I love shooting Barnes bullets. They are very accurate. I've found that they kill very well. I've actually harvested a little whitetail doe up in Sheridan, Wyoming. And of course I had to do it with my 300 Weatherby, and we used this 175 grain LRX and worked great, DRT. Now, of course, this was going like 3,300 feet per second, and the doe was only 150 yards away, so it wasn't much of a challenge for the 300 Weatherby or the LRX, but it was lights out. I think Barnes are great. It surprised me, okay? I have found in the comments section, people either love Barnes or people absolutely hate it and say that it just pencils right through game. It was a little shocking to me that it comes in at number 1. Now, in the beginning of the video, I did say I want to talk about my personal top 3. So let's get a little personal and up close. Coming in at number 3, I have really just about any Barnes bullet, at least the tip bullets, whether it's the TTSX or the LRX. Again, they are pretty easy to load for, to get great accuracy, and they're just an extremely solid bullet. This one's in 338, 225 grain, which my 340 Weatherby really likes. You can't go wrong with Barnes. Coming in at number 2, I have the Federal Terminal Ascent. Again, this one's the 200 grain in 30 caliber that I've loaded up in my 300 Weatherby. The BC of this is pretty insane. It's over 600 G1. And when I'm pushing this 3,100 feet per second out of a 300 Weatherby, it is just awesome. And I'm so excited to see how it performs. I know I've just heard so many great things about how these bullets perform on big game, and I'm really excited to test that. And coming in at number 1, yep, it's the Nosler AccuBond. There's so many options. There's so many calibers to choose from. It's a good BC bullet. It's a tough bullet. You just can't go wrong with the Nosler AccuBond, in my personal experience. My 340 Weatherby likes this bullet quite a bit, this 250 grain, and I've got it pushing 2950. I've also had really good success in 300 Weatherby with the 200 grain AccuBond, and I killed an elk a couple years ago with it, and it was DRT, just lights out. The AccuBond is a great big game hunting bullet.